Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to take a close look at the latest Simplicity Fall collection. And I'm really excited to share with you my thoughts. So throughout the process of the video, I will tell you my thoughts of each individual pattern, as well as patterns that I intend to purchase or patterns that I didn't really like so much. I like to always preface my videos with saying that I know that these designers worked really hard on these particular patterns. And so the pattern review is not to call out any specific one designer, because I know that they work hard on these, but to just give my honest review and my honest opinion of what I think about the collection. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into the video, and we are going to take a really close look at some of these Simplicity Fall patterns. And if you have any thoughts, make sure that you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So the first pattern that was released for this fall collection is the Simplicity S9638. This is a midi wrap dress. So it's a Mrs. Midi wrap dress, and the description says that it is a self-tie front bodice dress that have sleeve variations. View A has a flare short sleeve with gathers. View B and C have ruffles and long sleeves with a gathered shoulders and cuffs. Now, one thing that the description does not note, and I'm looking at the illustration here, it's showing that there's elastic in the waistline, and you also have gathers on your sleeve head. You have this double, not a double flounce, but it's like it's a long dress, and you could put ruffles in the lower edge of the handkerchief version. You can see like the little ruffles going around the edge of the hem there. And then also there's another ruffle that you can put in the mid skirt section there. So overall, I think that this is a really interesting pattern. I'm not one for handkerchief hems. However, it will be easy to just use skirt C if you want a longer midi dress or whatever, and you could just lengthen the skirt pattern on that if you don't like the handkerchief style like me. I do like the option of the flutter sleeve, and I also like the option of the long sleeve. I wish they gave us an option without the gathers in the shoulder head there, because not everyone like gathers in the shoulder head. And so that's one of the things that I don't really like about the pattern. I also wish that they gave us an option where there's not elastic in the waistline. For a wrap dress, you don't see a lot of wrap dresses that have elastic in the waistline. So I'm really happy to see that. But at the same time, I feel like we should have another pattern in this envelope without the elastic in the waistline for those of us who want a more flattering wrap dress without the gathers in the waistline, because gathers on your waistline does not look very appealing for all body types. And so those are the two things that I would say that is missing from this particular pattern here. But you can't include everything into every pattern, but I just think it would have been easy for them to include those things in that pattern there. There's the Simplicity S9641, which is described as being a shirt dress that is shaped with the corset style bodice, darts at the back, and a midi length flared hem. Views A and C have a classic collar, and view A have drop shoulders and a puff sleeve with a band. View B has a neckband with short sleeves, and view C has gathered sheer sleeves with a 3/8 inch elastic at the hem. I'm not quite for certain if I like the idea of having that elastic at the hem for the sheer fabric, just simply because putting elastic in sheer fabrics don't always work, and sometimes you can tear your fabrics and things like that if you're pulling and stretching and pulling and stretching your fabric constantly. The more you work with sheer fabrics, the more likely it is for you to tear and to snag or rip fabrics. And so I'm not a fan of putting elastic in sheer or very delicate silky type fabrics. So I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of this pattern. It seems like it will be a lot of work. It has a lot of panels here to it. The shaping looks like it would be okay, but I don't like view A and view C with the longer extended sleeve that goes on the grown on sleeve there. It just looks very unattractive to me, and I would not be purchasing this pattern. However, I would like to see it sewn up on a few different body types just to get an idea of what the garment looks like, not just on the model, because we generally see a lot of models that are average size, and so I just would like to see it sewn up on different body types just to see how that looks on different body types. Overall, I do think that it is a decent pattern, but it's just not a style that I would be looking for. So the next two patterns, Simplicity S9642 and Simplicity S9643, is basically the same pattern. It's just one is the regular size and the other is plus size. And they both have V necklines, empire waistline, poofy sleeves with gathering on the shoulder head there. You have different skirt variations. You can make a variation with a short ruffle, a variation with a long ruffle, and then you also have different sleeve variations as well. So like I said, you have that puff sleeve. Actually, I don't even think you have different. Yes, you have different sleeve variations. So you have your short sleeve, you have a long sleeve that has gathering at the shoulder head and elastic at the end of the hem there. So I really like this pattern. However, I don't like the poofy sleeve. If I were to make this pattern, I would make the sleeve with the long sleeve. I just don't really like that much volume in my sleeve. But other than that, I do like this pattern. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting, and it's a different take for Simplicity, in my opinion. I don't think I've seen too many patterns that resemble this. Maybe the lower part of the skirt, like the silhouette there, but I don't really see a lot of patterns like this in Simplicity. So even though it's not totally innovative, it is something we haven't seen quite recently. So I think that that is nice. Now, the fabric suggestions for this one here, it's calling for velvet, rayons, silky type fabrics, and soft cottons. You do have A, B, C, and D cup sizes as well. So that's really nice. For your small or your regular sizes, it comes in sizes 4 to 20. And for your plus sizes, plus size is 20W to 38W. So that's a nice range for Simplicity, and I'm glad that they did include that as a plus size pattern. So next, there is the Simplicity S9644. Now, although I like this pattern, this is a pattern that we have seen before. So not in dress form, but in the top form. And so last year and the year before last, you've seen a lot of commercial and indie pattern companies coming out with these trendy tops that have a cutout around the bust area. And you don't see a whole lot of top or dresses like this, with the exception of there's an itch to stitch pattern that was just released that resembles this this type of trend that I'm talking about. And there's a couple of others, and there's also a McCall's pattern that that was released a couple years ago that has this cutout, and I actually made that top. And so when I saw this particular pattern, I immediately thought about the McCall's pattern, and basically the only thing that they did was lengthen it and made it a dress, and also made it kind of like a fit and flare. So it's fitted more at the bodice and it flares out at the hips as you go down to your ankles. So you have different length variations here, and I'm going to go ahead and read the description. It says that it's a flared knit dress in 3 different lengths, and it has different necklines. You have sleeve and cutout options, and for view B you have an attached bra that you are making for it. So you do also have this interesting detail in the back for view C, where the neckline is also cut out, and so and it's in the back. So I think that's interesting. And then also you're using a zipper for this as well. The sizes are 10 to 28W, so you do get some plus sizes with this as well. The next pattern is the Simplicity S9640, which is a Mrs. Dolman sleeve dress. The description says that this is dresses that have long sleeves and different length variations. View A has a fuller shaped sleeve with darts at the sleeve hem. Views B and C are A-line dresses with tapered sleeves and a neck band. I don't really care much for this pattern, as I talked a little bit about in my recent video of the Vogue fall release. I don't really care for these dolman sleeves that look like it's a cocoon type sleeve or garment. I'm not for that at all, and this really gives me that kind of look, and I don't really like this style at all. I don't really like the style. I don't like the trend either. So that is not for me. The pattern calls for micro suede, stretch wovens, wool type fabrics, ponte, double knit, and scuba type fabrics in the sizes from 6 to 22. Next, we have the Simplicity S9639, which is a Mrs. Poncho. It is a pullover, and it has 3 different length variations, pockets, a hood detail, and you have the option of doing a raw edge for your cape collar. I don't particularly like ponchos. I think that this is an interesting take on a poncho. You have buttons going down the center front of the poncho, which I think is really interesting. And you also have front pockets on the poncho as well. So I think that this is an interesting poncho, but I don't really make a lot of ponchos, and I don't really like the idea of having a poncho. I rather have a coat. I rather put my time in making an actual coat that has sleeves. That's just my opinion. But with that said, I do think it is a cute little poncho. It calls for boiled wool, sweatshirt fleece, and you can also do view C in a ponte knit, a nylon, a ripstop, or a woven wool. So I think it's really fun and cute, but it's not my particular style. It comes in sizes small to 2XL. Next, we have a Mimi G pattern, and this is the Simplicity S9638. I happen to think that this is really cute. I would not put as much work in the jacket, but I would love to make the skirt. I think it's going to be very detail oriented. It's going to be one of those intermediate to advanced patterns, and which a lot of Mimi G patterns are. It's going to have a lot of pattern pieces here. And so I'm just not, while I do like it and I think it's on trend and it's very trendy, I just don't want to put that much work and effort into a jacket that I may occasionally wear. The skirt, I feel like I would wear more often than I would the jacket. And so with that said, I would just make the skirt. And again, I do like the jacket. It's a really cool jacket, but I can't see putting that much work in it. It can be quite a bit of work. So like I said, I would definitely buy the pattern for the skirt. I think the skirt is really cute, and I actually was envisioning this about a couple of months ago. I was thinking about possibly drafting my own pattern for like a trench style skirt, and that has like the double buttons and things like that. And this is right around that vision that I had for a skirt. So I really like this. The description says that this is a double-breasted jacket that has princess seams, pockets with zippers, sleeve bands, a snap lapel. You have above the knee buttoned skirt, and you also have zipper pockets on the skirt as well. Like I said, this is going to be very, very detailed. I would love to make the jacket, or I would love to make the skirt, but I don't know if I would make the jacket, just simply because, like I said, it would be way too much work to put in to that. But I do think it's a gorgeous pattern. There's also the Simplicity S9638, which is basically just different variations of a skirt. You have a skirt that is basically cut out twice, so you don't have a skirt that's cut on fold here. Actually, I think view A is cut on fold, but B, C, and D, you're cutting out 2 panels for the front and 2 for the back. Is classified as very easy. So I don't see a waistband on here either, so that's going to be pretty easy. You're going to have just the facings to finish off the raw edge there. The suggested fabrics are wools, rayons, denims, linens, and cotton fabrics. Come in sizes 8 to 24. And description says that it's skirts with side zip closures, including asymmetrical and flared hem options in 4 different lengths. So it's just your basic skirt. Next, there are a pair of pants, and I think I would actually get this one here. I really like the style of these pants, and I think that they are also on trend. This is the Simplicity S9637. The description says that it is a pair of trousers that come in 2 different lengths, or you can make shorts. All views have front fly and slash pockets. View A and B have wide cuffs, and view C is finished with an invisible hem, and view D is your shorts. So this is also classified as easy, and it is calling for cotton blend fabrics, gabardine, linen blends, stretch wovens, twill, wool blends, and you also have lining for your pockets that you need to purchase. Lining material, which is polyester, and then the sizes are 6 to 22. So these are just your basic wide leg trousers and or shorts, and I think that that would be fun to make. Next, we have a vintage pattern. This is the Simplicity S9634, a Mrs. Vintage blouse with a cummerbund. The description says that this is directly from the Simplicity archives, 1950s pattern with a it's a blouse with a soft inside pleats at the shoulders, side zipper and back neck zipper. Options include 3/4 length sleeves and elbow darts. Sleeveless with a cummerbund cut for the border and for your printed fabric. Or you could do one shoulder with a beaded trim and a side zipper. So I think that's very interesting. But as I mentioned before, I have a love-hate relationship with vintage style patterns. The love part would be I absolutely love the classic fit of the vintage patterns. I like the look of some of them. However, they don't always come in plus sizes, and they're not plus size friendly. And so I generally just stay away from them. I used to make them a lot, but as I had gained weight, especially in the upper part of my body, I just don't fit vintage patterns the way that I feel like I should. And so I just don't really make them all that often. I do think that this is a really cute top though. The next pattern is the Simplicity S9646, which is a top. I actually would purchase this pattern. I had a couple people after I posted my poll results on Instagram, because I do a poll over on Instagram and ask people if they would purchase this pattern or if they like this pattern. And a lot of people really didn't like this pattern, but I think it's really on trend. I've seen a lot of the fashionistas that I actually follow. They actually have purchased a lot of these different tops and dresses from Zara and from all these other places that that have these really nice button down tops that have these really cool gathered sleeves, and I think they're really, really cute. I think it just depends on your fabric choice, the way that you style the garment, and your accessories and things like that that will make the garment pop. And I think that you definitely can get a really great top out of this. So I think I would buy this one here. I think I would actually use a rayon or some type of soft fabric so that I can actually get a more drapey look instead of a more stiff look, as you see here with the model. I think this is going to be like a cotton fabric that she's wearing here. But anyway, it's the Simplicity S9636. It's a button down top. Description says that it has collar and sleeve variations. View A and B have balloon sleeves with elastic on the cuff. View A has a round collar and optional waist darts for your top. Views B and C have a pointed collar, and view C has a short sleeve. So I think it's interesting. If you don't want to do the gathered balloon sleeve, you can do the version that is a short grown-on sleeve, which is also really cute. So I think I might purchase this pattern here. The pattern calls for chambray, cotton lawn, cotton blends, gingham, eyelet, linen blend, and poplin shirting fabrics. So it doesn't call for your drapier fabrics, but I think you can definitely use a rayon with this and it would be definitely, you know, okay. Next, there's the Simplicity S9645, which is Mrs. Knit tops. The description says that it's a pullover crew neck tops that have puff sleeves in 4 different lengths, and it includes a drawstring and a contrast for your different variations. You can do a contrast. I think this is interesting. I think I would actually make view D with the shorter sleeves and the gathering on the sleeve head there. I think it's a really cute top. It's not anything groundbreaking, I don't think, but I think it's an interesting top. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe, and so I would probably give this a try just to see what it would look like and to play with color blocking. The next 2 patterns, Simplicity S9636 and Simplicity S9637, they're the same pattern. It's just one is in plus size. This is a Mimi G pattern, and it's Mrs. Hoodies and Leggings by Mimi G. The description says that it's oversized stretch knit hoodie. For view A, you have stitched hem, sleeves, and kangaroo pockets. View B and C, you have cutouts on the side, and view B is an oversized with sleeves and it's untucked. View C is oversized with tucked back and sleeves. View D is your leggings with your front and your back center seams, and you have an invisible zipper on the side of your leggings there. So I think this is interesting. It is something that if you want to lounge in, or if you want to just have something to be stylish in and just, you know, be on trend, I think this would be a really great top and pair of leggings. Simplicity S9620 is basically a workout pattern. So it is a Mrs. and women's knit sports bra, leggings, and biker shorts. And it's by Madeline Intimates. The description says that it is a stylish sports bra that comes with matching leggings and biker shorts. The bralette features a high neckline with princess seams, and also your leggings and your biker shorts have contoured waistbands, and your crotch has a gusset. And you have shorts that feature a mesh cutout. So I don't know about the gusset. I talked about this again in my previous thoughts video of the Vogue patterns. I don't really like gussets. However, this is in the crotch, so I'll have to see what it actually looks like, and we'll go from there and see if that's something that I would like. But this is your basic workout. I don't really have too much of an opinion there. I think it's just your basic workout gear. If you need something, you know, a bra or a pair of leggings for working out, I think this would be really great for that. This pattern here, the Simplicity S9633. I do not like this pattern. I don't like it. This is Mrs. Crochet and Sew top and jacket and bag. So it says that it's an easy fit crop pullover top below hip with a long kimono style jacket, and you can make a roomy bag that have crochet granny squares forming sleeves, and also a band for your, you can use a band for your embellishments. It has complete instructions for how to crochet and how to attach your granny squares. So I don't like this. I don't know, maybe it's the type of fabric that they chose for the model, or maybe it's just the style. I just don't like it. I'm not, like my daughter, she crochets. I don't crochet. I honestly, I'm not the type of person that has the patience to crochet. And when she talks to me, she says she doesn't have the patience to sew. So I don't know if it's just our minds think differently, but I just don't have the patience to crochet. That's part of it. And then the other part, it just doesn't look appealing to me. It doesn't look attracting to me. So I just don't like that pattern. And then there's the Simplicity S9631, which is also a Mrs. Pattern, and you have a petite skirt that comes in sizes extra small to extra large, and you also have hair accessories and a purse. The description says that the skirt is a mid-calf petite skirt, and it's extra small to extra large. It's designed for layering and has a ribbon and a tied waistband. You have a ruffle for your hem, and you also have a ribbon and lace for the trim. You have the headscarf and the hair ties that have elastic inside of them so that you can adjust it. You also have a lined purse with a zipper or a flap for your closure. And you also have ribbons and assorted handles and straps for your embellishments. Again, I don't really like the skirt. I don't like the skirt. It's, again, it could be the fabric. It could be the way that they have the model styled here. I don't like this pattern, and I don't like the skirt there. Then there's a Mommy and Me pattern. This is the Simplicity S9653. Again, not something I actually like. It looks very Little House on the Prairie. Not saying that that is a bad thing. It's just, it's not something that I would wear, especially because we are in modern times with different fashion choices and things like that. I just don't like this here at all. I think this would be more, in my opinion, it's more costume or cosplay to me. So I don't really like it. Oh, and the description actually says that it's a prairie dress. So it says it's a cottage core prairie dress that has a front button placket, stand collar, ruffles inserted into the front and the back. You have princess seams, you have a back tie end, and you have 3/4 length puff tapered sleeves with a finished ruffle. And you also have a full skirt with gathers. You have a waistline. The ruffles are at the waistline seam, and you also have a mid calf length with lower ruffles. This is just not something that it's just not my cup of tea. The dress for the mom and for the daughter, you're getting the same exact dress. It's just different sizes there. The fabric choices are cotton types, broadcloth, calico, gingham, chambray, flannel, pinwheel, corduroy, and linen type fabrics. For the child size, it comes in sizes 3 to 8, and for the Mrs. size, it comes in extra small to extra large. Lastly, there's the Simplicity S9635, which is a Mrs. Vintage lounge top and pants. So basically, they are PJs. The description says that it is directly from the Simplicity archives, 1940s, loungewear that has a button front And then you have your top is a hip length top with a pointed collar. You have options that include your short straight sleeve or your long sleeve with it's gathered into a snap on your band, on the band. So you have a gathered sleeve and you have a band and it has a snap on the band. You have matching tie belts. You have an easy full length pair of pants that have a front and back pleats. You have side openings with snaps, and you have a waistband with a button closure. So for a pair of PJs to have like a waistband that have a button closure and stuff like that, I think it's a little bit different. It's odd. I'm just used to my PJs that have my elastic in the waistline. I don't really want to either lounge around the house or be in the bed with something that have buttons or zippers or anything like that. For my closure, I'd rather have the elastic in the waistline. It's simple, it's easy, but yeah, I would not be purchasing this pattern just simply because it's for a PJ or for lounging wear. It's just, I think, too involved and too much for PJs in my opinion. I'd rather have either a pullover gown or something like that. So in terms of, so I did say that was the final pattern for misses. So that was for misses. We do have a few bag patterns. So you have a few handbag patterns. You also have this really cool pattern here for men. It is the Simplicity S9638, which is a men's knit top, vest, and hat. So I believe the vest is made with your canvas type materials, but the top is your knit top. You also have a bucket hat as well, and it is rated as easy. It says that it is a relaxed utility vest that have zippered pockets. You also have a back yoke. You have a lined. You also have your garment is lined there. You have a crew neck for your tee. You have short or long sleeve options for your tee. You have the bucket hat option that has top stitching on it. And the hat come in sizes small 22 inches, medium 23 inches, and a large for your 24 inches. So this is a really interesting pattern, and I think that we are seeing more men patterns be released with some of these these commercial patterns, which is really exciting and fun. Like for your Vogue patterns that just released, we had a pair of pants that was released, and so we are seeing more men patterns that are released, which is really fun. You also have some children patterns, and I'll just put them up here so you can see what they look like, which I think are very neutral in my opinion. And you also have some cosplay and some Halloween costumes there too. I usually focus on the misses because that's what I sew and that's what I know, but I'll go ahead and put those images here so you can see what those look like. I don't really have an opinion on the kids and the Halloween and cosplay because I don't really sew with those very often, so I don't really have an opinion with them because I won't be purchasing them anyway. But you all let me know in the comment section below if you sew with these patterns. Let me know what your thoughts are and what you think of those patterns. All right, so that is my take on the latest Simplicity fall pattern release. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. If you did, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and I can't wait to talk to you all later. And until next time, stay creative, my friends. Bye.